All right, welcome to the Tom Reefer studio again, guys. Here we are, the 20-gallon mixed Reef cube, 3.5-gallon Pico, the 6-gallon tall, and the 10-gallon Peninsula Reef. And today we're going to focus on this little bad boy right back there. 1 year review for the Hygger Mini Wave, and it's all gonna happen right here. All right, are we on? All right, am I on? I'm working this light out again. Alright, today I got my sunflower coral yellow on. It's looking yellow with the black always. See, the black, guys, highlights the color more. You know, if you wear black and a color, your color really stands out. See, if I took this like this, look. See the difference? But if you do this with the yellow under it, perfect. Before we go any further, I wanted to say thanks to Steven. Steven created that new logo that you saw at the beginning of the video. All right, so today I thought, you know, it's been a year, guys, and one of my most viewed videos was on the Hygger Mini Wave. I believe it was the 6-month update and controller. And there's some important things that I wanted to bring up about the Hygger in this video. So it's gotta have its video on its own. I wanna review the flow. I wanna view the maintenance aspect of it. Sound is another thing. And I wanna review the quality, the craftsmanship of it also. And just some little things that I found over the year about the Hygger Mini. This is the box it came in. I saved the box. I don't know why I did. I thought maybe I'd be sending it back, but I never did. So there we go. All right, so let's get into the Hygger. All right, I got one in my 10. And I have one in the 5. And what I want to say right from the start, did I say 5 or 6 before, is 5 is okay. I wouldn't go below 5. I have mine set on a wave pattern. It goes up and it goes down. All right, there's the setting. It's 3 time a day, 1 speed, 2 type of flow, and the last number is the quickness of the flow. And then it will rise up, and it's on the slowest motion. 3 is the time of day. This is the power, the 1. The 2 is the type of wave action. I have mine on, it's actually not called wave, it's called feeding mode or something, but it means it's going to go up and down, up and down. And this is the speed in which it'll go up and down. So 8 is the slowest motion up and then back again. Here's the Mini Wave on the 6-gallon, guys. I wanted to start back here so you could see the size. Most black plastic grows coralline algae rather quick, so I've noticed that over the year that it's growing, and that can be cleaned off. You use citric acid or soak it in vinegar and it'll get rid of it. But you can see in the back there that some of the algae is collecting inside there, a little bit of hair. I usually don't soak in vinegar. I don't mind the coralline on it. So I'll take it out. Right now it's in feed mode. So it's like barely even moving. And this is what it looks like in feed mode. It'll stay like this for 10 minutes and then it automatically comes back on. So this is feed mode. And so you have 8 minutes left. Alright, so this comes out. This comes off really easy. You just turn it. That part comes off. There's the rubber feet. Those are important. That makes it really quiet. This has a little rubber
backing, so when it's up against the glass on the inside, it's not scratching the glass. Everything is good about this. Here's the coralline on here. You just turn it and it comes off. And you can see some algae builds up here. It still was functioning properly. What I noticed is this really spins really easy, you know, which makes it really quiet. There's no friction whatsoever. So this comes off. See, this needs to be cleaned.
So you can see that this thing is small, it's easy to take apart.
The only thing I want to point out that I'm not thrilled about, you see these fins here? These are really thin. It's a thin piece of plastic, and you have to be careful not to either drop this or grab these too tight because they're not real strong. You have to be careful of those.
One of the models, and I don't remember, it's probably the older model, they might have been the thinner ones. These seem to be really solid and strong, but my other pump, which is in the 6-gallon, that is the one I had an issue with.
See there, if I hold it on an angle, you can see how thin it is. That's the only thing I would say to be careful with. Other than that, this Mini Wave has been great.
Up to you. I kind of let mine go a while. I think I'm about once every 2 months.
I've really only cleaned these about once, I wouldn't even say a month, maybe once every 6 weeks. I kind of clean them when I see them kind of collecting a lot in the back here. You know, if I see a lot collecting inside, I'll take it out and clean it. But it's really a matter of rinse and put back together. I wanted to show you something about putting it back together and these feet. They're not all exactly the same distance apart. These two and these two are a little closer together. Believe it or not, it's a very small amount. So you want to line those up and push them in. If I do that in any other position, they won't go right in. One of the rubber feet will be slightly off. So you can see it. These two are a little closer together than these two. So when you put it back, make sure they line up. And then this goes in really easy. And this is what I'm telling you about. See, now that I've cleaned it, you know, it's really loose. You know, it really is loose. And that's great. No friction. And then this goes back on. I didn't bother cleaning the coralline off, just the inside. And then I put that back on and it goes back in. All right, let's talk about flow a little bit here too. If this tank wasn't 22 inches high, this distance from here to the front of the glass is only 8 inches. That would not work in a tank that was 8 inches, say even by 10 inches deep, which would probably bring you to about a 4-gallon tank. The reason why I'm getting away with it is I have no coral in its path, and it has to generate some flow all the way down to the bottom. And you can see the flow starting to hit the bottom. So it's got to travel from here, it hits the glass, and then comes down. So that works for me. But when it subsides down to the 1, it's slowly going back now. You'll see these get quite still. My Xenia's doing this again. Every couple months it closes up anyway. Now it's coming back up again. So there's a nice steady flow here. This is okay in a tank like this, but if you were to put it in here, no way. Too much flow, especially with the LPS. All right, the 20-gallon, I would probably say put 2 in. One in the back right corner where the MP10 is there. And then I would put one in the front left going across the front. It would create a circular flow throughout the tank. And then I have the return that comes down straight down the middle. So I would recommend 2 in a 20-gallon, especially a 20-gallon long. But in my cube, that's the way I would do it. I would put one in the back and one in the front left. All right, here's the 10-gallon Peninsula, and I have it placed over here. You can see it's at the peak of its wave action right now. And this has gone on in here for about 3 months now. It works perfect. If you notice the placement here, it's on the right side of the 10-gallon Peninsula, and it's going across the tank. Now if I zoom in down here on my mushrooms, you can see by the time it gets over here, there's very minimal flow. I can show you this piece of red algae here. See, it's a gentle wave action here, and you can see this Kenya tree how much. So it's not very strong. This setting is at 1 right now, and I did that because the stuff that was up close here was blowing all over the place. When I had my callirpa in there, it was almost blowing it over. So by the time it gets to the far end, there's not much flow. So you have to determine what kind of flow you want right in front of your coral. Right now I don't have any there, and what you need over here. Now if you look on this side, if we come around, on this side I have the return going from left to right. So what happens is they meet, so you can see this is decent flow right here. The two flow currents meet at the far end. So probably the most dead space in my tank is probably right down in here. You have to test it out to see how your corals are reacting and that kind of stuff. The other issue with strong current up towards the front is your sand bed. Now at the lowest current, you can see that I have a little bit of a crater here, and my sand has kind of blown all the way across. This used to be bare bottom all throughout here.
How does she know my innermost secrets? Measure of my heart.
So that's another issue you have to contend with. If you have a sand bottom, this Hygger doesn't shoot it out in a straight stream. I'm getting flow down in this area. These are all things you have to take into account.
Guys, so that should do it for this one. I was hoping to do a Reefs Around the World, but next week I think we're good to go. Did I say take care yet? Well, have a great day, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Water Change Wednesday, new viewers, question and answer. You leave a question below my videos. I try to answer it out there, and then I answer it on Water Change Wednesday on the video, hopefully. All right, take care. Have a nice day now.
My rhythm and frequency, the pulse of my breath reflecting like sequins, and the light from her spirit it always shines. She's in my heart but she got no time. How does she know? Will she take